All right, we worked till probably about 6 o'clock, and it was super dark. It is 10 degrees this morning. I mean, it was 10 degrees, and I think it's almost 20 degrees now, but it's high as 26 today. I'm wearing double everything. Double underwear, socks, pants, shirts. We're gonna go ahead and start the machines up, and you can see what we got. So once I start down that way and it's so wet, I mean, it's like a icicle in there, so it's gonna stick. Like once we start breaking, going down through there, now that the ground's so frozen solid that I'm not able to get in there like I should and rip them up, because it's frozen solid because there's so much water underneath. So we're just gonna mulch around a little bit today, cut some trees up, and call it done. They want me to get down there, but there's sewage is leaking down there, so I'm not going to mess with anything. Somebody's, I think it's theirs still. There's so much water, but we're gonna call it quits today. So after today or tomorrow, just whenever I get this whole lot cleaned up on this side, because we're building a shop over here. So let's go ahead and get these warmed up, and then so like this, it's frozen solid. So what I'm afraid I'm gonna have to dig that out before I can be able to move. So I'm gonna go ahead and let them get warmed up first. All right, so awesome day. Machine is so packed it's not even wanting to move. I've been spending probably the past 40 minutes, actually hour, trying to start it. The excavator's dead. Went to try to chainsaw some of that, and it's so frozen that even with just a decently sharp blades, which it should have cut, I only had to cut for a little bit, but it's turning into tree slushy. So it's so packed in there. I should have done it last night, but when you got here at like 7:30 and then worked till dark, and it was dark, so I was ready to go home. So but frustrated, so all I could do is just try to chip at it and keep going. So it's absolute day is wasted already. So it's one of them irritating bull craps. We're gonna try to keep digging at it. It's so frozen in there, it's so packed, I don't know what else to do. So next time, it's lesson learned, but all that stuff was packed, starting to freeze anyway. So anyway, we'll figure something out. All right, so I accidentally knocked the mulcher over, but I finally got the crappy old machine going. She is stuck. All I did was just kept chipping behind it. There's so much in there, there's so much mud on the backside packed. So you can definitely tell most of this stuff came loose. So since it's nice and cold, we're gonna go ahead and start working a little bit. We'll just have to work late tonight. So luckily I put the hoses where they should be without breaking something. So we're just gonna start back dragging, and then I may on lunch go grab a jumper cables that are cheap. That way I can get by, and then we'll just start cleaning up what we can, and then maybe mulch tomorrow or whatever we got to do to finish up. All right, so I got the big stump out of the way, a bunch of concrete blocks, center blocks. It's almost 12 o'clock. It was just now. Been able to get started earlier, probably about an hour ago. So like this right here, look at that. Concrete, center blocks, and some bricks. That right there will really mess the tooth up. So what I'm gonna do, come in, mulch what all I can, and then I got the logs over there, so I'm just gonna come back in here and just mulch it up best I can, and then move the logs where they can get to them a little easier. Cut them up and do what I can, because this is just it's unthawing, and it's also pretty wet. But we're gonna go ahead and start getting the mulcher hooked up. I let that cool down so the grapple will cool down. So we packed it down a little bit, so a little bit smoother spots, and we packed it down, and then we're just going to come back and just mulch whatever we can. So all these chunks and stuff, so once I get going and done, we'll just come back and get it mulched up. So all right, you can definitely tell I knocked a good bit out of it. It's just there's so much concrete blocks. There's actually a concrete chunk there. I hit it pretty good. I thought I was eating a tree up. So my plan is to take the excavator, rake some of the stuff back out, and push blade, try to get it back on this lower side, and then cut these off, bring all that back to the center, and then I'm gonna clean up this, and then I've got a few trees over there, and then got some stumps to move over there, back over there, and then start moving some logs, kind of shift everything back around, and then should be cleaning up, and then having the customers come up here, and then that way we can discuss more things as well. So they already know about that lower side, and they're just said just don't do too much, don't cost yourself so much. So there's a bunch of garbage there, and then over there there's like some metal tubing or like gas pipe. So like back here there's some cement chunks, concrete, so that way I can so like stuff like that I can re-sift through it. There's some stumps put over there, just some little stuff, because none of that, it bowls like this and it's hard to mulch. These ain't too bad, but they're not mulching like I want them to. Luckily they're not as damaged. Stuff's still kind of frozen, but it's starting to break loose a little bit. See, like that right there is a log. It's just frozen right there. But anyway, we're going to get some of this cleaned up, which it's piled back on there. I definitely got to make sure I don't get that back frozen again. But yeah, that's what I mulched up a while ago. So, but anyway, we're going to sift this through, and then we'll probably load the customers' rollbacks and their trailers that they have. So they wanted me to get everything cut before I left. That way they can come get the log. They said they'll come get them, but I'm gonna load them since I have that. So even if I had to come back tomorrow and mulch just a little bit more, so, but we're gonna clean this back up. Also found some more cable. It was an absolute wad. All right, so we got some of the stuff cut up. Man, I wish I knew how cold it was. Windy too. So now we've almost fine-tuned to fine-tune. So I went in and started cleaning some of the chunks, and so now we're just going back, and because where I ripped some out of the ground, where it was stuck in the ground, got a few big chunks, and then kind of spread it all back out that way. So I got the stumps pulled out, and then the logs I'll do that last. So I may hook back to the grapple at the last end. That way I can shuffle everything around, remulch everything, leave a little bit of a good finish, and then we'll go from there. time going, I'm getting tired and wore out. You can see we got those. I need to get those cleaned up a little bit better, and then probably get the excavator, clean them up a little bit, and then throw the chunks back in a pile and remulch again for the 100th time. But we got to clean this pile up here on the left. We got some pines back here, some stumps. All right, so I got the stumps piled up here, got some over here. I thinned out some of that over there, went over there. I got that over there, and then the down slope. Now I'm just gonna mulch just this little few minutes, and then I'm gonna go grab the grapple because that'll make it 10 times faster. So let's see what we can get done really quick. So we're fixing to load up. Got the grapple. Gotta get that cleaned up too. It's not good. But we are done calling it quits on this job. Got them. Got everything like they wanted. Got everything up close to. All right, so got the excavator running. It's like 15 degrees right now. Nice and cold. It's windy, just barely windy. So here's the finish. There's some chunks here and there, but it's so uneven, muddy, clumpy. I mean, this is about the best I can do. She wanted that tree right there so that way she can make some arts and crafts from wood. So this right here, there's the gas pipe, the gas line that runs in the ground to the main. The main's right there. You can see the yellow pole. But I don't know, we'll just, this is about the best I could do. I wish I had a dozer. It would have really slicked it up, made it look good. But they wanted the log, so, and the stumps over, so they can have somebody come over and grapple it up. So other than that, they saved a lot of money because they didn't have to have somebody to see it stuck. Wow. But anyway, that's what they did over here. They pushed all the bricks up and blocks and concrete that used to be an old home place. So we're gonna let that warm up. Probably gonna have to chisel at it to break it loose. So anyway, got 250 ready. I'm gonna get the chains and all that ready so that way I can go back in time for a reason.